Okay, what we're going to take a look at in this lesson, nice and easy, we're just going to format these dates into something more appropriate. And we've got two properties here, we'll do something slightly different for both. And first of all, we'll start off with the one that we get from Angular out of the box. So what we can do, we can head over to VS Code, and what we're going to do is go to our member detail component template. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to find the dates, and we're going to take a look at the member since date. And what we can do is, and it's as simple as this, just specify that this is a type of date. And if we don't give this any properties at all, then we can see that we get the default Angular date inside there. What we can do is be a bit more specific if we want to in here. And we could use one of Angular's default dates, and we could say medium dates. And let's take a look at what this gives us. Oh, and it's exactly the same. That would be the one that is the default. But if we say long date, then we get the longer version of this date. And if we don't like the Angular out-of-the-box options, what we can do is we can replace this with a date format string. So what we could do is say that we want the day, then a month, and then y. And if we take a look at this, then we get to see the date in this format. So you've got plenty of different options inside the dates pipe of how you want to display things in your application. So that's what we get out of the box. And what we'll take a look at is adding a helper package to use a time ago function so we see how long ago someone was last active. And we'll use this ngx time ago for this, pretty straightforward. And does it give us a demo? No, not really. So let's just install it and see what we get. So we're just going to install this particular package, npm install ngx time ago, and we'll open up our terminal, and I'll need to cd into client. When we install packages, we need to be at our project level, our Angular project level, and I'm just going to go ahead and install this particular package. And we're good to go. We've got version 1.0.4 here. Should be okay with just using the latest of whatever's available with this one. It's pretty straightforward. And if we go and take a look at its usage instructions, then what we need to do is import time ago module for root. And if we go down in here, we can see all of the different options inside here, different formatters, different clocks, international. We'll keep things pretty simple and just see what we get when we actually just use the time ago pipe. But first of all, we need to use the time ago module. And inside here, we do need to use for root if we're using a shared module. So let's go and add this to our shared module. And what we need to do is, I'm just going to go back and actually get the import here. So I'm just going to import, copy this into my clipboard and paste this in. And then what we can do is just use the imports, and we'll say time ago module dot for root. And we'll also export this and say time ago module. And then what we can do is head back over to our member detail component, and we can specify another pipe because this presents itself as a pipe, and we can say time ago. And if we go take a look at our browser again, then what we should find is that Bruce was last active 22 hours ago. And if I log out of Lisa and log in as Bruce, and add the password, and press return, and we take a look at Lisa's profile, then we'll find that we get the counts of when Lisa was last active, and this will change into 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, etc. I'm sure you've seen this 100 times before. So what we'll also do is we'll just update the last active in the edit profile, because we do have these properties inside here. So we'll head over to the member edit profile as well, and member edit component HTML. And let's just do the same inside here, and we'll say created, and we'll say date, and add the colon, and we'll say ddmmm yyyy. And for the last active, we'll just once again, we'll use the time ago pipe, even though it's the currently logged in user, and I'm pretty sure they know when they were last active. So we'll head over to the browser once again, and we can see that we've got our last active property. If I click on something that will engage our last active filter or our log user activity action filter, and then I go back to Bruce's profile and edit, then we'll see that this is going to reset in this case. So now we have that functionality enabled. Pretty straightforward. What's not quite so straightforward is restoring the caching in our app so that we're not doing this every time and loading and making calls to our API for data that we should really already have in our application. And we'll take a look at that next.